Khalid Khalifa would normally be on his farm with his kids on an afternoon like this. But now he's lost his farm, his home, and the life he knew before the Syrian regime's assault on his hometown of Douma. A suspected chemical attack on the town this month is still being investigated, but Khalid's account of it is harrowing.
We were in the basement with 25 other families. There was a pregnant woman who was about to give birth and her brother was going to take her to the hospital. We went up to the door of the basement shelter, then I smelled the gas and I fainted. When I opened my eyes, I was in hospital. It was full of dead people lying on the ground, and my brother's children were dead too.
Khalid's own children survived, but not without scars. One of his sons was hit by a shrapnel during the bombings that pounded Douma over the recent weeks. This is the camp of Turkish Red Crescent in the town of Bil, northern Syria. It hosts more than 500 families and it is specifically designed for the people of Douma. Abu Mahmood is among those trying to adapt to this new life. He is still in shock over what happened less than 2 weeks ago.
We were in the basement shelter and I heard people shouting chemical attack. We went upstairs to the third floor. We lit a fire and used vinegar so that the gas wouldn't affect us. As I looked down, I saw people who went out, fall down and die. My children were affected too. My daughter's face turned white after the attack.
At least 42 people were killed in the attack on Douma. At the time, it was the last rebel holdout in the enclave of eastern Ghouta outside Damascus. The US, UK and France say they have evidence that Bashar al-Assad's forces carried out the attack. Since then, they've taken over the town. For most of the world, this attack was experienced secondhand through images of the victims that spread on social media. But these people will never forget what they saw with their own eyes.
All I saw were piles of people on top of each other, injured or dead. There were so many people, just piles of people, of women, children, young men, of all ages, laid out like piles of meat. May God take revenge on Bashar al-Assad for these massacres.
International investigators have yet to be granted access to the site. Even if they are let in soon, it may already be too late to collect evidence to determine whether a chemical attack was carried out there. But these accounts from Douma's former residents are proof enough of a vicious attack against civilians, no matter what kinds of weapons were used. Alaattin, Kilic, TRT World, Northern Syria.